What's going on, guys? Name YouTuber here, coming at you with a ban list discussion video. About a month into the format, I didn't get a chance to do a discussion video when the ban list first was announced, but I feel I can give you guys a good perception of how we as a Yu-Gi-Oh community feel about the ban list about a month in. So nothing was banned. Nothing was banned this format, same as the last format, so it's all pretty standard with the actual cards that are forbidden. Glow Up Bulb came back. That hasn't really done much, but people can play Plant Synchro again, I guess, if they wanted to. Infernity Archfiend is now on the limited list. But yeah, Glow Up Bulb was limited. Infernity Archfiend now on the limited list. So that deck died. As it should, as many players agree it should have. It was a deck for way too long. Some people think that Infernities can still play, and I guess they kinda can, but Archfiend was your main card, and you needed 3 of that, in my opinion. So, this is the big one. Raigeki is back in the game. The very first ban list of Yu-Gi-Oh! Banned this card. It has been banned since, but it is back at 1. And when this was first announced, people were like, oh my god, Raigeki broken. Pick up all the Raigekis, and like even the Battle Pack one shot up to $20 a piece. And then we discovered that pretty much the main decks, Shaddoll's and Burning Abyss, and even Teller to some extent, are not affected by Raigeki in a negative way. If you Raigeki a board full of Shaddall monsters, the Shaddall player is going to be like, okay, I'll get a couple effects, probably get my fusion back. And that's pretty much how that is. Soul Charge at 1. Alright. Needed to be there. Some people say that maybe this is going to contribute to a format of whoever draws Soul Charge first, and it might, but I think that Soul Charge needed to be hit. 3 Soul Charge in some decks was just broken. It was too stupid. Super Poly is at 1 now as well. And that affects us. That affects us as Shaddall players. By the way, I'm becoming a Shaddall player. I like graveyard-based decks a lot, because I played Dark World, and then I played Constellar. Didn't like it that much, but I still liked it. Then I played Evil Swarm. Evil Swarm was good. I really liked that deck, even though it wasn't a graveyard-based deck. And now I'm going to Shaddall's. I really like that deck. Anyway, Super Poly. 3 Super Poly, I'll agree, it was really dumb. Because one time I was playing Lightsworn, and I got my Curry Bandit Super Poly'd. It was a sad time, especially since you can't respond to Super Poly. If you could respond to Super Poly, I could see putting it at 2 maybe, but 3 is definitely stupid. Especially since you could use your own face-down monsters. Like you can set a Falco, and set a Super Poly. You know, on their turn, if they summon something that you can gobble up, like if they summon a Bujin Yamato, you can be like, okay, well, I'll Super Poly, and I'll get my Falco back anyway, because it was sent over by card effect, and then I'll make my Construct, and have fun. And they can't respond to it. They can't warning. They can't anything. It was way too good to be at 3 in this format, and it hasn't really affected the Shaddall deck extremely. It affected it to a degree. They can't play 3 Super Poly anymore, so there's a lot less of those dumb plays where you can just gobble up your opponent's first turn monster. But the deck can definitely still play, and if you happen to draw the Super Poly on your first turn and set it in the situation that I described previously, it's still just as dumb. So on a semi-limited cards, Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind has been put to 2, and I have a couple of friends that play Black Wings, and they were happy about that, but Black Wings haven't done anything at all as far as like big events go. Gores coming to 2. I haven't seen people play Gores in quite some time, and it going to 2 doesn't really do anything. So Ceasefire can't come into 2, just in time for Shaddalls, I guess. Transmigration Prophecy, nobody cares about that really. Coming to 2. Now off to, and like I said, this video is like a discussion about a month into the format. So Ceasefire and Transmigration Prophecy, I butchered that name. They haven't really done anything. Neither has like Gale or Gores. So, onto cards that have been unlimited now. Coach Soldier Wolfbark. Those Fire Fist players can finally jump back on that train, although Fire Fist hasn't done anything. Tradition of Faith came back to 3. Hasn't done anything. Formula Synchron at 3. Probably not going to do anything. You can say Quasar. I know everybody is thinking Quasar, especially because we have Legendary Collection 5. Everybody and their brother has a Quasar Dragon now. But, you know, if you look at Quasar Dragon as a card, you have to expend so many resources, to just get it out, and it's not even that good. You can be like, okay, I have Quasar out now. Go ahead, and they can be like, okay, Raigeki, would you like to negate? And they'll be like, of course I do. And then they could be like, well, actually, you can play Raigeki and Dark Hole at the same time, so you can be like, Raigeki, would you like to negate? Yeah. Dark Hole, sure. Or, actually, now to think about it, you could be like, I will activate Breakthrough Skill in my graveyard. Like, you can banish Breakthrough Skill to negate a monster's effect. Breakthrough Skill in my graveyard, target Quasar Dragon. Would you like to negate? They'd be like, sure. I would love to negate so I can have my Quasar Dragon's effect, I guess. And if they don't negate, the effect of Quasar Dragon's negated anyway by Breakthrough Skill, then you can be like, okay, Raigeki. And then all those resources they expended getting out that huge Quasar Dragon, they just get a Shooting Star Dragon out of it, which isn't, it's not terrible, but Quasar is just not as good as it used to be. And Reinforcing the Army is back at 3, and it's going to help out the Teller Knight archetype, as if they needed more searching power. I guess Konami felt like they did, but I see it as something that helps out that deck a lot. And also Heroes, and I'm a firm believer in that Heroes don't need Stratos, and I don't really like it when people complain that they do, because if you look at this list, you look all over it, and you might be able to see that neither a Hero Lives nor Emergency Call is anywhere on here. So you can play 3 E-Call, 3 A Hero Lives, and 3 Rhoda. Y'all don't need this guy. You really don't. And you have the new one, Shadow Mist, I think his name is, coming out. If they unban Stratos for when Heroes Structure Deck comes out in January, then sure. I guess that's fine, sure. But if they don't unban Stratos, they will still be able to play excellently, I think, because you've got all this searching power besides Stratos. Like, really the only reason I can see people saying that Heroes need Stratos is that all those searching cards, or in the case of Hero Lives, summoning cards, it's still pretty much a searcher. Rhoda and E-Call don't make a monster on the field. You summon Stratos and you have a guy, and then you can search whatever you wanted, and then you have a guy and you can overlay or whatever you want. If you have another person on the another monster on the field, you can overlay her. If you had a tuner, you could synchro, but I don't know why you'd be playing a tuner in Heroes. But if you have something like Rhoda or E-Call, that doesn't really make a monster on the field; just puts one in your hand. So I could see why they might want Stratos, but I definitely don't think it's needed nowadays. I don't really agree that it should have been banned in the first place, but it's not required nowadays that you have all of these searching cards. Anyway, that's pretty much going to do it for my ban list discussion video. I'm interested to see how this list will play out for the rest of the format. I think it's a very balanced list, and I enjoy how nothing got absolutely destroyed, like nothing got banned. But I thought I would have saw a Shadow Games on it, like Sinister Shadow Games, maybe to 2 at least, but I guess not. However, Super Poly to 1, I agree with that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section below, and I will see you guys next time.